Namaste. Welcome to day 8 of Raising Your Vibe with the 4 Agreements and Beyond. For the last 2 days, we've been talking about the avenues to love, forgiveness, gratitude, compassion, and then the opposites of those things, resentment. The opposite of gratitude is complaining. Today we're going to talk about compassion, and the opposite of compassion is comparison or judgment of other people and ourselves. Take a deep breath into your belly, settle in. And I think Bo is going to join us for this lesson. Bo is the master of compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude. So, I think oftentimes compassion gets mistaken for pity. So we want to be really careful that we're truly being compassionate towards someone else. And if you think about the Latin words compassion, it means with passion. So when we hold someone else with passion, we're noticing ourselves inside them. We're noticing our sameness. We're seeing God inside of each other. The word namaste means that. The word namaste is about compassion. The love inside me sees the love inside you. I see you. So you might see someone that's a different race, a different gender, a different age, a different species, but you can look in their eyes, or not even their eyes, you just look at them and you notice like, oh, we're not different. We're the same. I see you. So compassion is really about saying to someone, I see you. And then the opposite of compassion would be, I see you and I'm judging you because you're doing it wrong, or you could do it better, or you suck, or you're to this, or you're to that, or you should have done this. And I think judgment also sometimes shows up where we compare ourselves with other people, and then the judgment is on us. So the comparison is about ourselves. We'll see someone, especially on social media, who's got it all, who's looking good, who had the perfect vacation with their perfect family because they had the perfect leave from their perfect job, and they have the perfect amount of money and the perfect car. And we see all of that, and a reaction could be that we're like, good for them, and man, why is my life so shitty, you know? Or we might see them and be like, yeah, you're not so great. And we like tell ourselves some story. But the version of compassion that we want to exude and that we want to embody and embrace is that when we see a post on Instagram of somebody doing something wonderful, we can truly be like, wow, that looks like so much fun. I'm truly happy for you. Because if you can see yourself in anyone, then when your neighbor takes a trip to Hawaii for a month, you're taking a trip to Hawaii for a month. That same knowing of like, I see you in me, I see me in you. So when you go to Hawaii, I go to Hawaii. And when you're hurting, I'm hurting. When you've lost a parent, I feel it. I've lost a parent. So compassion. This one, it seems pretty straightforward. And I really do think that judgment is where you can most practice compassion. It's easy for parents to judge other parents. I have a teenage daughter and an 11-year-old, and I've turned quite the corner in my parenting. You know, parents who have small children, or people who don't have children at all, seem to have the best advice about parenting. They think it's going to be one way, and they think, oh, I would do it this way. My child would never, ... But then once you become a parent, and once your children get a little older and have, different kinds of expression that you weren't expecting necessarily, you get very humbled, and you start to realize, oh, okay, that parent that I saw at the park on her phone that I was judging for not being present with her child, I can understand. I see you. I see myself in you. There are definitely moments where I would like to escape. I don't want to bear witness to what's happening, so I'm here. And I'm aware of it, and I'm getting better at it. And I think the more that we can just see each other and notice, like, okay, your struggles are my struggles, your joy is my joy, that's compassion. And it's not pity. You see how it's different? It's not like, oh, that person got fired, that poor thing, when inside we're like, hey, I didn't get fired. That's not compassion. That's still judgment. But if you're like, oh my gosh, that person got fired, what would I want if I got fired? I'm going to give this person a lead to a job that they might be able to get and see if they want me to bring them some meals this week. That's what I would want if I were fired. So practice with that. Compassion, I feel like of the 3 avenues of forgiveness, gratitude, compassion, it's probably the easiest. And so for me, it doesn't seem to be as much of a challenge, but your challenges might be different from mine. It might be really easy for you to forgive, and for you the compassion comes a little more difficultly. So just play with that. See, notice what you notice. Get in that witness body, that wisdom body, and see, are you compassionate? How can you be less judgmental and more compassionate? How can you notice yourself being judgmental and stop yourself in your tracks and flip it around to compassion? I definitely have moments like that, even still. And that's the thing, that this mastery of love, this mastery of becoming our highest versions of ourselves, it's a practice. It's always in motion. We're always learning, always growing. I'll see you tomorrow. I see you tomorrow. Namaste.